Welcome to In the Gap. I'm Catherine with the Estate Law Center, and the following is a collection of law articles using personal stories to explain the meaning and importance of estate planning. This is meant to be educational and does not establish an attorney-client relationship. Enjoy the following story. I know that I know that I know. I wish you could have met him. How many times have you wished that a new friend, a child, or a spouse could have met your parent, your grandparent, your mentor, your loved one who is now passed? I remember a friend who was in her mid-20s sharing that when her father passed away, she realized the finality, that when she met her future spouse, he would never have met her father. She felt as if relationships henceforth would be less than complete without such an understanding. As an estate planning attorney, I have many clients who have expressed such a feeling in relation to their spouse. There's a completeness that comes with the familiarity of almost a lifetime of shared time experiences, a safe zone of acceptance and unconditional love, and assuredness that there's another who understands you intrinsically. How does one continue when life shifts and one is left? How does one describe to others who they are when they are minus the sum? I admit to being frequently brought to my knees following a meeting with a client who is now finding, or soon to face, his or her way in a world without a trusted soulmate alongside. The poignancy of a spouse seeing his bride of 50-plus years struggle with an illness and become so weak that she begins to succumb to the battle is beyond words. These are the times that test one's faith. Recently, I lost a dear friend who was an older adult. Many an eve during long summer days, we would visit for what seemed like hours. Her husband had passed away many years ago, and she would speak with such fondness of him, of his humor, and their love. To share her other confidences would be a breach of precious moments. But what I will share is that I witnessed my friend grow old with grace. She was lonely, but she made adjustments. She would attend dinner at the club. We would discuss which black dress, pearls, and brooch she would select. She accompanied a favorite neighbor to grand porch parties and holiday events, and she loved on her children and grandchildren, her source of pride. My friend reached out to those around her. She was the one who would hang loaves of bread on my front doorknob when I was transitioning between jobs years ago. She kept tabs on my son when he played on the outdoor basketball court. She was a great encouragement during my law school years, though she said, "I just hope I'm here when you get back." I miss her. The world is not the same. However, on the day of my friend's passing, through my tears, I heard my husband wisely share, "This is the happiest day she has had in a long time. She is reunited with her husband." I smiled, finding a glimmer of peace. The concept of death and what it means is one with which I wrestle. Almost daily, I help others prepare for that threshold moment. There is a profound line in a prayer from the book The Valley of Vision, Puritan Prayers and Devotions, which reaches to the core of understanding. "And if thou biddest me decide for myself in any affair, I would choose to refer all to thee, for thou art infinitely wise and cannot do amiss, as I am in danger of doing. I rejoice to think all things are at thy disposal, and it delights me to leave them there." As Nicole Mullins sings in her song, "My Redeemer Lives," I know that I know that I know that I know, I know, I know my Redeemer lives. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. He lives. I know, I know, I know. He lives. I spoke with him this morning. Therein lies the comfort. Therein lies the promise. We can plan for life and death through estate planning documents, such as wills, trusts, powers of attorney, and advanced medical directives. And all should do so. However, perhaps true planning is to know God, to let your life and the lives of your loved ones be at His disposal, and to delight in His plan. As a generality, we prepare for most other major events in our life. We plan for proms, for driving, for marriage, for work, for children, all wonderful, all finite. How prepared are we for that true threshold moment, the one that transitions us from life to death to eternity? I put forth that death is just that, a threshold moment, a transition point. However, unlike the other monumental moments of our lives for which we plan and plan and plan, and which are not certain, death is certainty. Think about what you consider the most important moments of your life and how you plan for those moments. Perhaps it was the day you graduated, the day you got married, the day you received a promotion, or the day you met your child or grandchild. Frequently, we are ready for those moments because we have prepared. We have laid solid foundations. Around my conference table, daily witness is born to the preparations taking place for the threshold moment. The very human walks of faith, the tears, the questions, the loneliness, the guilt, the anger, and hopefully the hope promised. Hebrews 11:1 tells us, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." John 20:29 states, "Then Jesus told him, 'Because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed.'" Perhaps what Jesus shared with Thomas is similar to the concept of how we feel about a loved one who's no longer with us. I wish you could have known him. The difference is that what Jesus was referencing affects our life as well as the threshold moment, and you can know him. Dr. S.M. Lockridge shares the promise so well in his sermon, "That's My King." Do you know him? He's the greatest phenomenon that has ever crossed the horizon of this world. He's God's Son. He's a sinner's Savior. He's the centerpiece of civilization. He stands in the solitude of himself. He's august and he's unique. He's unparalleled. He's unprecedented. Grappling with the unprecedented life shift of losing a loved one or personally reaching that threshold moment seemingly cannot be met, survived, or understood without the completeness of the one who cannot do amiss. It is my hope that this story resonates with you. The Estate Law Center serves clients throughout the Commonwealth of Virginia in the practice areas that touch most of our lives: estate planning, elder law, and business law. The motto of the Estate Law Center is protecting the stewardship of your God-given assets. Enjoy additional articles read from In the Gap, and for more information, please visit estatelawcenter.com. I leave you with this, and the following comes from my heart. We must protect those who are not able to speak for themselves. We must protect our neighbor who has been wronged by another. We must reach out to the elderly who may be overwhelmed by a vast system of laws. We must act boldly when others may be caused to be weak and use the protective arm of the law to guard against the trampling of individual liberties. Thank you for joining this segment of In the Gap.